Hello, hello. I am live exactly on time, so I'm going to give some people time to enter. Gotta plug in my watch. There we go. Just texting people. Okay, it says we have one viewer. Hope you'll say hi. Hello, hello, Regina. Okay, let's share the first forest room. It is, accidentally tapped something. It is National Buy a Book Day. Yesterday was National Read a Book Day, but I was very busy, so I wound up canceling yesterday's stream. But today, being National Buy a Book Day, is perfect because we have Inimitable Books available for you to buy, but also more fun for you, the reader, is we have titles available for you to pre-order, because each pre-order has an associated gift with it, and it's super, super cool. And if you upload your pre-order receipt, as long as it is dated before the publication date of that book, you're totally fine. And I normally leave the pre-order forms open for a week after Pub Day because not everyone immediately uploads theirs. Hello. Hi. Welcome. Thank you for being here. I hope you'll consider subscribing because I stream here on YouTube basically every Thursday afternoon Eastern and every Sunday morning Eastern. Sometimes, our stream schedule gets a little bit wonky, but those are the 2 days that are reserved for YouTube, and I try to keep those as much as possible because then on other days we stream over on Twitch, same username, and then twice a week we have YouTube videos that offer writing advice, although this coming week are going to actually be videos that aren't necessarily tips and tricks on how to publish, but here are like resources that you should be using or bookmarking. And then we'll be getting back into tips and tricks on like how publishing works or writing your book or things like that. And then we are a small publishing company, and I am the founder of Inimitable Books. So Inimitable Books is a small publishing company dedicated to uplifting marginalized voices without pigeonholing authors into writing about their trauma. We have over 10 books out now, and we also have 2 up for pre-order that are later this year and 3 up for pre-order that come out next year. So you definitely want to check out our website. We have fantasy, paranormal romance, fantasy romance, and then we have 3 thrillers coming out next year. We have young adult and adult fiction. We also have 2 writing prompt books, and that come with stickers in the back because adults deserve sticker books as well. And then we have a divination deck with art all designed by the author, and it is inspired by other Inimitable Books titles, which is super cool. So we've got a lot of cool things. I hope you'll check them out, especially because today is National Buy a Book Day. So now that spiel is over, if you have never been to one of my streams before, that is totally cool. Welcome. Like I said, we use this thing called the Forest app. That is what it looks like. And you open it up and you get something that looks like this if it is your first time ever planting. And it says the plant button down there, but you are actually going to tap the icons at the top of your screen. I'm in stopwatch mode, but you want to make sure that you're in timer mode so you get these other options. You want to make sure deep focus mode is turned off and plant together is turned on, because then that's going to turn your one button into 2 buttons, and you're going to click join room and enter the code that I share up on screen. These codes are only good while we are live. Otherwise, the rooms just have existed and then no longer do once the sprint is over. If you do not have the Forest app, that is totally cool. I put a timer up on screen here on YouTube from one of our YouTube videos, which is on our channel, that you can use whenever we are not sprinting if you want productivity to keep you on track, although we also have our replays of our past streams. And then over on Twitch, for people who don't have the Forest app, we also have a timer up on screen there. So there's no, we are not sponsored by Forest. I just happen to love the app. And so if you have it, it's great. And if you don't, there's no worries. So with all that said, I'm going to share the Forest room code so that people can enter the room. And we will jump into our first sprint a little bit quickly because I have a lot of work to get done. And Moon, after our sprint, we then talk about what we did. And if I wasn't in such a hurry to eat my breakfast, I would say like, oh, let me know what your novel is about now. But you can let me know in your update after the 25 minutes are up. So the code is 3 X-ray 6 uniform Golf, Hotel, Zulu, Sierra, Golf. It is up on screen. I use the phonetic military alphabet because it's easier for people to understand the code that way, but I have never served in the military. I just grew up watching a lot of cop shows. Of course, Moon, of course. It's really fun because when you successfully complete a timed sprint in the phone on the app, you get this free stuff called focus time. But if you save up enough of it, then you can redeem to plant a real tree through their partnership with Trees for the Future, which is super cool. And then they unfortunately limit how many real trees you can redeem. So after that, if you start accumulating a ton of coins like I have, because I've been using this app for almost a decade at this point, you can then unlock their other tree species aside from the default one that you get when you sign up. So they will have, tree species that are real, like ginkgo or maple, but they'll also have ones that they have made up. So we are actually going to be planting the dog tree, and they look different depending on how long you plant them for, which is also fun. So lots of things to do within the app. And again, not sponsored. I just love them very, very much. And for our first sprint, I would like to encourage you to sign up for our upcoming cover reveals. We have 2 that are upcoming. We just had one earlier this week, and it was super cool, and it was a lot of fun. So please consider signing up for those cover reveals, and then also subscribing to the YouTube channel so you don't miss the live streams that I host with those authors on the days of their cover reveal to talk about their beautiful book. So in 3, 2, 1, happy productivity, everyone. Also, there is typing ASMR built into the timer here. If you don't like that, please know that you can come back to me in 25 minutes. So that is the 38-minute mark in everyone's time zone. Good morning. I wrote 1,000 words yesterday. Chapter 27 is done. That is awesome. I was not good at tracking the time in order to take a bio break, so I'm actually going to go do that. Chandra is the author of the next book that is going to have its cover reveal. The cover is amazing. I'm so excited for it. So if you haven't signed up for that, please do. And take this little extra time to also, if you don't see this URL, that's okay. You can just go to inimitablebooks.com and there's a giant button about signing up for our cover reveals, because also take this time to hydrate, stretch, take your meds if you haven't already, and back up any work that you did during that sprint. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Moon, I updated my project playlist and finished watching a video. By the way, my project is a paranormal mystery. Oh, that's so cool. Can you tell me a little bit more about it? I'm just curious. Please note that Inimitable Books is actually currently closed to submissions, but I am always happy to hear about new projects. And then we'll oftentimes encourage people on who come to our streams that if they have a story that I'm interested in, to keep an eye on when we open back up to submissions, because I love stories. That's why I started my own publishing company. It's why I went to grad school and then started my own publishing company. Let's be clear. Sorry, for a second, I thought I heard my dog. I mentioned earlier that sometimes streaming schedules get a little bit wonky for me, and that is because last month I found out that my dog, who is 13 years old, got diagnosed with an untreatable tumor, cancer. And so I try to spend as much time with her as possible nowadays. And so sometimes we start a stream late, or I just cancel a stream altogether to spend more time with her. And she has always been scared of heights, so she never really loved being picked up and shown off on camera, although she knew that there was an adoring audience on the other side. She would never leave me alone. But where the tumor is, it actually makes it harder for us to pick her up comfortably. So really, I'd have to go with my phone and track her down in order to show her off on camera. But if you go into our social media accounts, which are almost all Inimitable Books at this point, Blue Sky is at inimitableBooks.com. You will be able to find images and videos of her. She's really cute, and I love her. Chandra and I were working in the same document because I am doing line editing for her. Her book is long, but it goes quickly, but unfortunately it's coming up against my finishing filming for a course on teaching people how to write an effective query letter that will be launching at the end of the month. So we're making the deadlines work, but I'm basically just bugging Chandra and being like, I know all the writing advice says to not do info dumps, but put info dumps here and let me edit it down instead. So I think Chandra is getting used to that now, where I'm like, add the detail. I will tell you if it's too much. Eva, hi, hello. Also, we love good music. So I don't allow links in chat from chatters if they're not wrenched as a mod like Chandra and Regina are. But if you want to say some of the artists or the songs on your playlist, that's also cool and would be appreciated. I love musical theater. I don't know if you can see, but I have a thing of Wicked back there. And then actually above my bed, I have this thing for a small cult musical called Xanadu. It is not spelled like Xanadu. They are completely unrelated. But yeah, so I love musical theater and I love music. So I love to hear about it. It's still a very new idea. It is a young adult paranormal mystery about a girl who is hunting a ghost that is possibly responsible for the death of a classmate. Ooh, that is interesting. Yeah, I would definitely say watch Inimitable Books' social media for an announcement for when we open back up to queries. I wish I could say that it's going to be soon, but it probably won't be until 2026. Earliest would be some random week in December, just so that I can start planning a little bit early. But yeah. I'm so sorry to hear about your dog. Sending lots of hugs to you and your dog. Thank you. I am really lucky that she mostly lives with my mom. I mean, now I live here too, so I can spend time with her. But between my mom and me, someone is always with Riley, basically. Sometimes we run out and run errands, but we try to not have there be more than an hour or two of her being alone, just in case something happens. She seems fine. If anything, she thinks that her life has gotten so much better because we will now drop our work at a moment's notice to play with her if she wants to play or if she wants to go out for a walk. There's almost no more you need to wait. Unless she's asking for her food an hour early. And we're like, you do this every single day. You know that you are asking an hour early, and you know that we make you wait for at least 40 minutes for you to have your food. Mostly 80s and 90s songs with a few early 2000s in the mix. Many classics. Love that. My mom adopted me when she was a little bit older. So to me, I know a bunch of older music almost as well as I know current music, sometimes even better than I know current music in some situations. So good music is good music. Okay, let me share the Forest Room code for the next sprint. My phone was weird in that it said oh, you got removed from the room. And I'm like, that is impossible because I created the room. What is my hospital telling me now? It's saying that we owe money. Who do we owe it to? Is it because of my doctor? Or is it because my insurance didn't pay the whole hospital? Physician. You know what? Given what that situation is, that is not too shabby. My mom is so funny. I still get mail at my place because I actually live pretty close to my mom. And I will, get physical mail, which includes physical bills from hospitals and stuff, because I've had a lot of things over the past few years, hopefully not more. And she'll be like, you need to check this so you don't fall behind. And I'm like, they send it to me virtually. I don't know why they're still sending it to me by paper. I've asked them multiple times not to. Okay, we did the dog tree, and normally I try and mix it up, but I also have been planting the dog tree like crazy because of my dog. At noon Eastern time and midnight in China, because that's where this app is from, they reset every day the focus challenge tasks, where every month they have a new tree that you can unlock for free as long as you complete 25 of their tasks, and there are 3 every day. And it's really just about like, plant this tree species. So it is harder to do it when you're just starting, but it's also they will give you free focus coins, focus time, which is what you can use to unlock those digital tree species, like I said, if you just check in 3 times a day. So using the Forest app is a lot of fun. So it's too early for us to see what the tasks are for today. So I'm going to decide what tree we pick. Actually, you know what, Moon? I'm going to let you pick the tree. I'm going to type the link in here. And you should be able to just click it. I promise it just takes you to a Canva design. And there are multiple pages. So you'll want to scroll through all of them to see all the options. And then you can just let me know by number what you are interested in. I believe I still need to add number 1 to 20 though, because I was delayed in that. Let's see. I did the Photoshop for the image, and then I still never uploaded the file to Canva. Okay, cool. I knew I forgot something one day this week, and that was it. Number 120 is the Snapdragon, if you are interested in that. Chandra, I had to switch to my desktop because my iPad keeps glitching. Is it because of the Word doc, the Google Doc? If you want to split the Google Doc, we can. I'm happy to do that. I think it is, but I'm good working on my desktop. Okay, well, just for our sanity, Chandra, during this sprint, I think I'm going to split out after basically the final section, starting with Matt's letter. I like 85 a lot. Cool. Let me pull that up. Yay, I like that one a lot too. They called that the lantern flower. Sometimes their things are completely fantastical and they just name them fun things, but they released that during the Lantern Festival earlier this year. So that was fun. I know there are so many. Also, like I said, I've been using this for like a decade. So I have unlocked every tree species there is. And the nice thing about the Plant Together feature is that people who are just finding the app through me or other reasons who don't have access to those trees, they can still get the pretty newer ones that would take them time to save up the focus coins and things like that. So we're going to plant that tree, and I don't think we're going to make it to start at the 55-minute mark, but that is totally okay. Let's create the room. Oh no, of course my app decides to glitch now. There we go. Okay, forest room code is 3 Whiskey 3 Golf Romeo Papa Mike Sierra Golf. Also, if you eventually download the Forest app, Moon, and you are ever like, hey, I'm not able to enter the room because it says it doesn't exist, that normally means I made a typo, so there's no harm in telling me in the chat, unless someone else has beat you to it. But yeah, I've made mistakes before. But there are also times where the app will sometimes just glitch for an individual and say like, oh, we can't add you to the room or something. And then in that case, I would ask that you just tell me in the chat so I know not to wait for you to show up in the room once I start getting used to seeing your username or your profile picture in the app. I see Amara is lurking because she is in the forest room, which is great. Regina entered the room, so we might actually be able to start the sprint while we're still in the 55-minute mark, which is awesome. So in 3, 2, 1, happy productivity, everyone. And remember that today is National Buy a Book Day. So you can buy signed copies of our titles through here. But if you really want to help Inimitable Books, buying it from a bigger retailer, whether that be Amazon, Barnes & Noble, bookshop.org, et cetera, really helps tell bigger retailers that, hey, people are interested in these books. You should maybe stock them more. How did everyone do? I spent that whole time working on this chapter. It's a doozy of a chapter, but it really sets up like stuff in the book. So I want to try and get it right, even though this is not the final edit by any means of the story. Thanks, Regina. As a reminder, I don't use she, her pronouns. I use Faye Fair. I haven't mentioned that in a while, but yeah, I don't use female pronouns. Let's see what the next tree is going to be. Eva, if you want to click this link earlier in the chat and pick a tree by number, that would be great. Moon, I reread the little bit I have written so far. I am a complete pantser, but have some of the mystery plot planned, so that's good. So it is all a mystery to me. Hey, some people can work with pantsing. It doesn't work for me, but if it works for you, cool. However, I definitely have a video up on this YouTube channel recommending outlining to everyone. Yes. Yes. Still waiting for Eva to give us a number. Although our number did drop by one viewer, so maybe Eva stepped away. It seems like Moon, Regina, and Chandra are still active, and then I'm going to assume that Amara is just lurking. Because I think we had 5 at one point. So, Chandra, there's just that one question of me asking you to clarify your response to something, and then chapter 2 is done. Okay, it is the 25-minute mark. I don't think we're going to get to the sprint while we're still within this minute, but I'm going to pick the tree myself. And creating the room. And the forest room code is 53 Yankee Yankee Kilo Victor Papa Sierra Golf. Oh, forgot to put it on screen. That would help. And we're going to start the sprint in 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity, everyone. Okay, my mom's on the phone, so I'm going to close the door. Okay, how did everyone do? I finished one chapter and moved on to the next. Let me know how you did. Got dressed, made coffee, fed dogs, found my place in my manuscript. Awesome, Regina. Moon writes, wrote 30 words, but the beginning of the story is always the hardest part for me. Still trying to figure out the voice. Hey, it takes time. But you'll be so happy once you get past that. I thought I had my laptop plugged in, but I did not, so let's fix that. I just completely reorganized a chapter, but I think it's going to be much better. Secondary in this book was killing it in a good way. I love a good secondary character. Okay, let's do our final sprint. We're gonna just kind of jump in without too much of a break because I am on a roll. And I'd like to keep it. Oh, you guys can hear the honks. Sometimes you guys don't hear things, so I wasn't sure if this was being picked up or not. I don't know if Chandra is still at her computer to join the final forest room. So we're going to start the sprint at the top of the hour regardless. And I hope it's a good one for everyone. And nope, we still got time. Sorry. We still got a little bit more time. Three, two, one. Happy productivity, everyone. that was our final sprint. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. That was really productive for me. I got through like 2 chapters in their entirety and then almost got done with the third, which is exciting. Moon got about 100 more words. Have to log off now. About to meet up with a friend. Yeah, thank you for being here. Hope to see you at future streams. And again, thank you for being here, everyone. Please remember to check out inimitablebooks.com, sign up for our cover reveals that are happening next month, pre-order our titles, and then upload your receipts to the forms on the page, on the book pages, so that you can get your pre-order goodies when the time comes. I know I need to add the pre-order forms for Mother Mercy and Thanks for Watching, but you can still pre-order it and then just remember to come back later once the forms are up. And I hope you'll subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if you are also on Twitch, follow over there so that you get notified when we go live. All of our streams are up on our website at inimitablebooks.com, as are our authors events. I know we have an author going to a book conference this month. We also have a different author doing one in October. So you want to follow that and see if you could meet any of them in person at one of those events. Thank you for being here, and I will see you next time. Bye.